Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Marilyn if you're new, and I'm here today with an important announcement video. The wonderful Kim of Middle of the Book March and I are co-hosting Mental Health May, and this is our second year co-hosting it. We both feel that this topic of mental illness and mental health are very important ones, and we want to share it on YouTube. Mental Health Awareness May has been in existence since 1949 till the present day, and it is a month that we celebrate all of the people who are struggling with mental illness. And Kim and I both talked about our struggles with mental health. I've been talking about it since I started my channel 4 years ago. Let me tell you a little of my story, though, for people who are new here. I suffer from an anxiety disorder, specifically panic attacks and agoraphobia, which is a fear of leaving the house, which is basically under control at my age, but I still have a lot of issues around those things. And anxiety disorders is an umbrella term for many other disorders underneath that umbrella, which is social anxiety, and I have a family member who suffers from that, OCD, even eating disorders, and many others that are under that umbrella of anxiety disorders. So I'm going to focus on that for this month. Now, you might ask, what do you have to do to join our event? Like I said, it's very loose this year. We don't have prompts. We're going to have a theme. Our theme is self-care, which is so important. When you have or suffer from a mental illness, you need a self-care kit, a wellness kit to deal with the times when you are experiencing mental health issues. I have a very large kit that I want to share with you in the month of May, but I want to just share a few with you right now. One is I found out that I need sleep. If I don't sleep enough, it's my issues with anxiety are going to get worse. I'm not going to have a good day. I also have little things that I do. And I'm not talking about diet in the way of dieting, but I always have a little treat that makes me feel good. It could be, as little as a lollipop, or just something to eat that I enjoy. I can't eat a lot of things anymore that I used to when I used to really use food as a way of coping with anxiety. But I found that I can still use food in a healthier way. So that's part of myself. And of course, reading. I mean, reading is wonderful. And because this is a book channel, I'm going to share with you books throughout the month of May and even now. I wanted to also tell you that NAMI, the National Association of Mental Health, has a theme this year. And the theme is Take the Moment. And what does that mean? We all have moments in our day that we can reach out to other people. So take the moment to foster open dialogue. And that's what I plan to do on my channel, is to reach out to those people who are out there and suffering and don't know where to turn, don't know that there are other people all over the world suffering from some sort of mental illness. And we see you, we feel you, and sometimes that's enough. because mental illness has been hidden for so long. Shame and blame. And NAMI, and I feel that way, by telling our stories, we're able to foster that open dialogue. They also have cultivate empathy and understanding. There's so much hate on the internet right now that maybe people who are suffering from a mental illness. I was told once when I was suffering from agoraphobia, where I couldn't leave the house for months, that no one is going to like knock on your door and saying, "Are you all right in there?" And I've talked about that before. So, but now we have the internet, so we can say, "Are you all right?" So cultivate that understanding, and that's what NAMI wants. And also to share resources for people who are on their mental health journey, because it is a journey, and it's a long journey sometimes. It's a lifetime journey. For me, it has been. And I know that my anxiety has, since I got older, is not gotten more severe, but less severe, because of not only the mental health kit that I talk about, but also because people are talking more about it, and I don't feel so alone. And that's what I hope to bring about this month, is that people who are out there don't feel alone like I did when I was suffering by myself. So that's why Mental Health May. You don't have to do anything except take care of yourself. But if you want to read a book, I have some books here to talk about, and I'm going to bring some more books. The first book I want to talk about, and I have a wonderful subscriber named Nathan who is giving me a lot of books to talk about. I'm not saying I'm going to read any of them, or all of them, but I did pick out 2 books. But I thank you, Nathan, for giving me all of these suggestions that I can share with all of you. And the first book I want to talk about is The Healing Power of Storytelling. And this one really touched me, because it urges personal narrative to navigate illness, trauma, and loss. And it has writing prompts, reflective exercises, and real-life stories by Annie Brewster, MD, with Rachel Zimmerman. And writing was always a way, when I had no other help, that I was able to heal. I used to write poetry, so I know that writing things down helps. So it says here, when Harvard-trained physician Dr. Annie Brewster was diagnosed with MS in 2001, she realized firsthand that the medical system to which she devoted her entire career was failing patients. The experience was dehumanizing. Her doctors weren't listening, and the confusion, fear, and shame she felt around her diagnosis were preventing her from healing, claiming her story, and living her fullest, richest life. And the fact is that, she says here, that doctors can give you a life-changing diagnosis, but they're not equipped to help you deal with the inner fallout, the confusion, anxiety, trauma, and dread that follow. I have some bad news for you. So Dr. Brewster shows how telling your own unique healing story can help you process what comes next, to come to terms, create new ways to thrive, and reclaim your personal power amid fear, change, and uncertainty. So this book is good not only for mental illness, but physical illness. And I also suffer from chronic pain. So this book is like, it was tailor-made for me. And I hope that some of you out there will find it helpful. The second book I want to talk about is also a book that's for me. Is one of my anxieties is health anxiety, and this is Freedom from Health Anxiety. Understand and overcome obsessive worry about your health and find peace of mind by Lynn Cassidy, PhD. So now let me just say one thing. Health anxiety is not hypochondria. It's not the same thing, and hypochondria is starting to be deleted from the DMS, or the book about mental disorders, because it's not a real term. It's a derogatory term, in fact, but it's not that anyway. It says, are you constantly worrying about your health? Do you spend countless hours researching your symptoms on the internet and imagining worst case scenarios? Perhaps you find yourself asking others for reassurance that you're okay, obsessing over health scares in the media, or checking your heart rate on an hourly basis. And I should add, or when I was younger, going to emergency rooms on a daily basis, because you have a panic attack and you think you're dying. You feel like you're dying. And doctors then were not very sympathetic to a young woman or any woman or anybody at that time who came in with a panic attack. And it does feel like you're having a heart attack sometimes and you don't know what to do. So I think I know a lot about this issue. I recently had a small incident where I was panicking a little bit about a health issue. And what's funny is, as I get older, the big things don't trigger that as much as the small things. And that's maybe because when I was young and I went into these emergency rooms and the doctors were discounting my symptoms and not treating me like a human being, they were just saying she's the C word, or she's not, she's cuckoo. I mean, I heard doctors say that. So we've come a long way, I hope, in dealing with mental illness, but not far enough. Not far enough. And let me say also that people with mental illness, the majority of people with mental illness are not violent. And that is something that is perpetrated in the media. They take isolated incidents and blow them up, and it puts a stain on all people who struggle with mental illness. And I have a family member who is severely mentally ill, and he's not violent, but because of the way people treat people who are homeless, which he was at times, they assume that people with mental illness are violent, and they don't give the people that have tendency to be violent the proper care. And that's what open dialogue on this channel and Kim's channel for Mental Health May, and throughout the year, because I plan to keep on talking about this until someone shuts me up. Please don't shut me up. And I ask you, please share this video with people, with everyone, because I feel it's such an important topic to talk about. I'm going to have Kim's announcement video down below in the comments, and I hope that you will join us. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to read anything. We just want to make this topic of mental illness something that can be talked about and not shunned, or to have a stigma. Stop the stigma. That's what we believe. So anyway, I didn't plan to talk this long, but like I said, please like and share this video and join us in if it's just watching us and talking to us and putting comments down below. And like I said, you don't have to do anything, but we want you to take care of yourself, because there are people out there who are suffering in silence, and you don't have to suffer in silence anymore. And I've been there. So thank you so much for listening to my story. Please join us in May. I'm actually going on vacation for 2 weeks, but I still plan to give you suggestions about books and talk about mental illness and mental health. So thank you so much for watching my video, and I wish you all good physical and mental health, as well as always, from Hawaii, aloha.